Okay, so now we have a rectangle that has been, let me turn this to the front. Okay, now we have a rectangle that has been sketched on the inside of our part here, and we've used the offset feature to make sure that that rectangle is 5 millimeters from the edge all the way around. Okay, go back to home feature. Right? And so now we want to use the hole feature, and now that we're back in 3D mode here, go ahead and click the hole feature. All right, and remember, in order to create a hole, you have to have some type of point uh, uh, on your sketch or on your part somewhere in order for the hole to be placed. Okay, make sure that the placement says from sketch. There's a drop-down menu here. Just make sure that says from sketch. And so this centers here. This here, this arrow here for centers, that should be selected, and then now it's asking you for where do you want the center of your hole to be. So you notice if I go to a corner here, all right, I can put the center of the hole. All right, I can put it here in the origin, put it at the corner here, I can put it at the corner here, or any one of the four corners. All right, remember that our part here, we're going to have our holes just slightly inside of the corner. So that's why we had this offset square here. So let's go ahead and select this hole here. Okay. So now you see that it started the hole feature. And just to explain a little bit about this hole, the hole menu that you have. So we have four different type of holes that we can use, and right now we're using the drilled hole, which is just a through hole. All right, there's no ridges, there's no threads or anything in it at this point. So we're just using this feature here. You have what's called an counter bore. All right. Then you have what's called a spot face, and then you have a counter sink. Okay, so you're probably familiar with counter sink and counter bore. Spot face is what you would use for when you have like rivets or something like that in your part, right? But for the drilled part, when we come over here, we can select how deep the hole is going to be. All right, we can type a specific value. Remember, our part is 20 millimeters deep. So we can, anything beyond 20, it's going to go all the way through it. And we can select the diameter of the hole. Okay, so right now, let's change the diameter here. I'm going to change that to, let's change that to 6. Okay, so let's go down here to where it says termination. Where do we want this hole to end at? And right now it's selected, it has select distance. So that's what this value here is saying. What distance do you want it to end at? Well, we want the hole to go all the way through. So we select through all. So it's going to go through the whole part. So it's going to take away that distance choice and just say wherever the end of this part is, that's where it's going to go through. Right? And so those are only two things that we need to select at this point for now. Okay, so now we have a hole here that goes all the way through it, and you can spin your part around to the back of it. If you look on the back side, oops, let me do it this way. If I'm on the back side, you can see that my part has a hole going all the way through it now. Okay? So, and then in the next video, what we will do is we will use this hole as a pattern to place the other three holes in the other three corners.